What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan, and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have another video in our How to Build series. We're looking at new decks and how to build them after so long of really not being super meta or just not having a deck of its own. And today we're talking about Lucemon, the new Lucemon deck that's coming out in the Release Booster 2.0. It's the BT18 format and, well, partly BT19 format. We're getting so much support for this deck, so many great cards, and just looking to see what you could potentially do as you start to think about building your Lucemon deck. We're probably going to do this as well for another deck in this set, being that pre-release is really quick approaching, but we wanted to start with Lucemon because it's one of those decks. It was always a card in a lot of decks. We had the BT4 Lucemon, which was super powerful, with the BT7 Lucemon, and then recently we had the EX6 Lucemon Chaos Mode and Lucemon regular mode, I guess you could call them. But we've had other support cards that really haven't gone anywhere because they were indirect kind of support. But now we have so much stuff for the Lucemon deck. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what we think potentially for the build and other stuff like that. And maybe talk some other cards that we think that would be staples for the deck as we start thinking about what we're going to do as we build our own Lucemon deck for this new format. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. All right, well, we're going to start off with the Lucemons, the regular yellow Lucemons here. If we look here, click on this. So the original BT4 Lucemon, simple card. When you would play this card from your hand, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, reduce play cost by 8. So he plays for a cost of 5, so that's pretty good. On play recovery +1. All turns of this Digimon can only digivolve into Digimon cards with Lucemon in their name. So he is good for digivolving it into the other Lucemons. If you can get cards into your trash fast, you can play them for cheap. Of course, in order that, you got to have some kind of mill type deck. So not sure if this guy's going to make an inclusion to the deck. Definitely the new guys here. Definitely EX6 Lucemon, because he is the when you would play this card if you don't have a level 5 or lower Digimon, reduce play cost by 5. So he plays for a cost of 5. On play, start of main, reveal top 3, add 1 card with Angel, Archangel, 3 Great Angels, 7 Great Demon Lords, trade among them to your hand, trash the rest. So he trashes stuff in your hand, and he adds stuff to your hand, and then end of your turn. Once per turn, by placing one of your level 6 Digimon on top of your security stack, this Digimon may digivolve into Lucemon Chaos Mode in the trash without paying the cost. And Digivolve Cupimon for a cost of 5. Now, it'd be interesting to see if you play actual Digi-Eggs like Cupimon. We put some in there, but there's other things I haven't really added to the list because I haven't thought about that could indirectly be support in the future. But let's see here. So Digivolves for a cost of 5 from Cupimon, which doesn't really seem worth it because you get the on play anyways, and then if your opponent can't kill it at 10,000 DP, you get it at the start of main. So honestly, playing it for 5 feels better. The new Lucemon we're getting in BT18 has the same start of main on play. By trashing 1 card in your hand, your opponent may trash the top security. If this effect didn't trash, recovery +1 for you, and then end of your turn by placing one of your level 6 Digimon on top of your security stack. This Digimon may digivolve into Lucemon Chaos Mode in the trash without paying the cost. So putting Lucemon Chaos Modes are really good in the trash. You just need to get a level 6 Digimon on the field, and there's going to be ways to do that. So it'll be interesting as we look into that here. So we have, of course, Cupimons. Let's look at the Cupimons. The 3 Cupimons we have are EX6, inherited effect when attacking once per turn by adding the top card of your secure stock to hand. You may place 1 Digimon card with the Archangel, 3 Great Angel trait from your hand as the bottom of your security stack. Okay, whatever. We have the purple Cupimon from BT16. This works too, because even though it's not a purple Lucemon, it is a Cupimon. On deletion, by trashing 1 card in your hand, gain 1 memory. That's not bad either. It trashes stuff in your hand, so that it gets you, to your graveyard being bigger. And then we have the Cupimon back from PT1, which is probably not going to be played. When attacking, if you have 5 or more security cards, draw 1. It's a Cupimon, but it's not going to be the one you're playing, most likely. So we have the new Lucemons here. We have all the Lucemons here. We have the old Lucemon. We'll start with him, which is your Lucemon can digivolve into this card in your hand for a memory cost of 7, ignoring the card's digital requirements. When you play this card from your hand, reduce the memory cost by 3 for every 10 cards in your trash. So, you can play them for if you have a mill deck or just a deck that puts a lot of stuff in the trash. You can play them for a lot cheaper. On play, when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's tamers or level 6 or lower Digimon. Straight off the bat, no choice. So I could see potentially playing like 1 or 2 of this. It's not going to be as good as the new ones, the purple-yellow ones, but it still has the ability to give you the choice of what you're getting rid of. Whereas the new ones give your opponent a choice. Because the EX6 one, on play when digivolving, your opponent may delete one of their Digimon or Tamers, if this effect didn't delete, trash the top card of your opponent's securities and recovery +1 to you. So it either tries to give you an advantage one way or the other way, which, when this Digimon would leave the battle area by returning 1 Lucemon from this Digimon's Digivolution cards from your trash, by returning 1 Lucemon from this Digimon's Digivolution cards or from your trash to the bottom of the deck, you may play 1 Lucemon Satan mode or 1 level 6 Digimon card with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from your trash without paying the cost. Really, really good. And then, of course, you have the new one, which is similar. He's got on play when digivolving. Your opponent may delete one of their Digimon Tamers. If it didn't, recovery +1 to you and trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. All turns once per turn when this Digimon would leave the battle area by trashing the bottom card of your security stack, it doesn't leave. So that's pretty good too. Protection, decent, and it's more Lucemon Chaos Mode names. Then, very important, if we go back, we think about BT13, we have some searchers for the deck in level 6 Digimon, which is actually really great because we talked about that. Those level 6 Digimon can go on top of the security stack. So, right here, you got Dynasmon and LordKnightmon. So Dynasmon had the on-play when digivolving reveal top 4, add 2 cards with Lucemon in their names or Royal Knight. So bunch of your deck there is targets, plus it's Royal Knight, so he's a target, and LordKnightmon's a target too if you play this in the deck. Trash the rest, so it puts tons of stuff in your trash. When another Digimon with Lucemon in its name or Royal Knight trait, when you play another Digimon with the Lucemon in its name or Royal Knight trait, delete all your opponent's level 4 Digimon. That's really great too. Then LordKnightmon, similar play. When digivolving, you may return 1 card with Lucemon in its name or Royal Knight trait from the trash to your hand. And then opponent's turn once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon attacks, gain 1 memory for each of your Digimon with the Royal Knight trait. So yeah, that's pretty cool. One thing I was thinking about, I thought about this, and probably not going to be good either way, but let's go. King Drazel. So you got King Drazel, something I didn't think about as a potential Digi-Egg card, because this reduces the cost of your Dynasmons. So instead of 10, but the only problem with that is all of your Digimon can't Digivolve, so you can't use the Lucemon stuff. So I don't think that's the strat really right there. But trying to think about how you would get into your level 6s, yeah, that's going to be interesting. I mean, one thing you can do is you can Digivolve up from Lucemon into Dynasmon and LordKnightmon for cost of 3 because they're on play when Digivolving. And then what you can do is you can play a Lucemon from your hand and then go into the ability basically to put a chaos mode. So I mean, there's a lot of cool things you can do with this deck. So these cards, I definitely think these cards potentially have a place in the deck. I'm just not sure ratios yet. I mean, obviously this one I think less than the Searcher. The Searcher is going to be more important because it's going to get you your pieces to your hand. We also have the new LordKnightmon stuff in BT19, which we're getting, which is the X-Antibody, and the Ace stuff is in BT18. This could potentially have support for Lucemon, but I'm not sure yet, so we're going to look at it here. When you play a level 4 Lord Digimon card from your trash, you may play a level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. This is cool because this can play Lucemons, just says level 4 or lower, without paying the cost. And then opponent's turn, once per turn, when opponent's Digimon attacks, you may switch the attack target to one of your Digimon with the Royal Knight trait, so you can protect it. So that's not a bad LordKnightmon either. You have the LordKnightmon here with the Ace, which has last Digivolve. When Digivolving, you may play. So it's only a when Digivolving, so it's not even an on play. So this is only good for a Blast Digivolution, which is I think one of the first that doesn't have just an on play slam down an Ace ability. I might be wrong, but let me know if I am. So this is when Digivolving. You may play a level 5 or lower Digimon with a Knightmon and its text from your trash or hand without paying the cost. All turns, all Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon gain collision. Okay. Ace Overflow. So I don't see much use in this LordKnightmon in the deck. There's also LordKnightmon X-Antibody. It's going to have collision built in. Piercing. Which is good for collision, I guess. When Digivolving for each of your Digimon, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, trash the top card. Obviously, you can't trash past level 3s. Until the end of your turn, one of their Digimon can't Digivolve. And all turns, while LordKnightmon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, all of your Digimon with Knightmon and its gain Alliance. When this Digimon attacks by suspending one of your other Digimon, add the suspended Digimon's DP to... Okay, that's just taking Alliance. I don't know why they're doing the keywords here. They never do it all the time for everything. So I don't think X-Antibody is really... Yeah. Yeah. And it gets 3,000 DP. That's part of it too. Digivolve 1 cost from LordKnightmon. I don't think that's going to be super important. Obviously, a card that is going to be important is Larva, Lucemon Larva. Security, when you play 1 Lucemon from your trash without paying cost, that's great. I think you're probably going to play a lot of this because you're going to want to see it in your security. In the breeding, when your Lucemon Satan mode would leave the battle area by moving this Digimon to the battle area, it doesn't leave. All turns where you have a non-white Digimon with Lucemon its name, all of your 0 TP Digimon can't be deleted. Of course, you have Satan mode. We'll talk about Satan mode here. It plays a larva mode to an empty breeding area without paying the cost. So maybe you don't play any Digi Eggs because you don't want to leave them in there. Maybe play Mother. Put Mother in this deck. We'll see what happens, but and then delete one of your opponent's Digimon Tamers. So yeah, you get to do that. And then end of all turns, trash your opponent's top security card. If this effect didn't trash, delete one of your opponent's Digimon and one of their Tamers. So just start trashing their security. And that's 6 from a Chaos mode. Although when your Chaos mode dies from EX6, he just goes into this guy for free. So that's really cool. So you're definitely going to have to play a couple copies of him, if not more. And then, of course, we have the Dynasmon line. So Dynasmon line is going to be... Okay, so Raid. He's got Raid. On play when Digivolving. This is the Ace. But when attacking, so lots, by trashing the top card of your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP. If you have 3 or fewer, Digimon gains blocker. and gets 4,000 DP. Again, not something to be super good for the deck. We have the new Dynasmon from BT19. On play, when Digimon by trash top card, your stack one of your Digimon gains blocker. And it gets 6,000 DP until plus 6,000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. All turns once per turn when this Digimon would leave the battle area. If you have 2 or fewer security cards, recover +1. Again, not something to be super useful. Got the X-Antibody, which looks like it's got raid. It's got blocker. It's got when dissolving, when attacking. Trash in the top card. Trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, and get plus 1,006 DP. Yeah. End of your turn recovery if you have less 2 security cards. So again, not something that's going to be super exciting for the deck. So I don't think any of the new Dynasmon stuff. The only thing I could say is that the LordKnightmon from BT19 has some potential to be decent in the deck. And then, of course, you have the Lucemon X-Antibody, which is a level 6. So that's really cool because you can Digivolve into him for a cost of 3 off of your Lucemon Chaos mode, which is going to be important because that is a level 6 you can put on top of your security stack to use the Lucemon ability to go into another Chaos mode. So you might not even need the Royal Knight stuff. And then all turns once per turn when this Digimon would leave the battle area. If a card with Lucemon in its name is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, by trashing both players' top security cards, it doesn't leave. So that's really cool. And it hurts your opponent too. So that's really cool. And then you just gotta have Lucemon in its name. And then end of turn once per turn, your opponent may trash their top security card. If the deck didn't trash, you gain recovery +1. And delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. This is just brutal, this card. You don't even care about passing turn in this deck because your passing turn just hurts your opponent every single time. So, no. This is definitely going to be a card you got to play copies of. Definitely going to be a really good card in the deck. You got Dead or Alive from BT7. You got some option cards. You may play one purple level 5 Digimon card from your trash without paying the memory cost. If there are 10 or more cards in your trash, you may play one Digimon card with Lucemon in its name without paying its memory cost instead. So I don't necessarily get that one because, again, play one purple level 5 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. Yeah. So I guess it's talking about the yellow Lucemon, but I mean, I don't see why you just wouldn't just play Chaos mode off of this. So, yeah, whatever. Then you have the new Gospel of the Fallen Angel. This your Digimon in the breeding area may Digivolve into Lucemon from your trash without paying the cost. Then place this card in the battle area. Main delay by trashing it the next turn or later. By Digivolving one of your Digimon with Lucemon in its name into a card with Lucemon in its name from your trash with the Digivolving cost reduced by 3. Trash one option card in your opponent's battle area. That's gross because that can get rid of mem boosts and other stuff. And primogenitor. That is disgusting. Okay, that's something potentially you're going to want to play. And then 7th Divine Cruise, trash. When one of your Digimon Digivolves into Lucemon X-Antibody, we're returning this card to the bottom of the deck. Your opponent may trash their top security card if this effect didn't trash. Recovery +1. And then may delete your opponent's Digimon until they have as many as the number of your security cards. Delete your opponent's Digimon until they have as many as the number of your security cards. If this effect is deleted, recovery +1. Security effect. You may play one Lucemon for your trash without paying the cost. That's really cool. So we're definitely going to see that card in there because we want to see that in our security and potentially in our trash. So definitely probably going to play that card. Definitely gonna play the 5-cost one. Dead or Alive, not so sure. It's a very old card. But yeah, we're already looking at having a lot of options. Looks like trashing cards are gonna be good. So maybe cards like Miss Memory Boost are gonna be good in the deck. We'll see. Maybe things like Mem Boost. I don't necessarily think trainings are be good because you're always digivolving by effects, so you don't really need the trainings. And half the time when you digivolve by effects, it's free. So, I mean, I don't necessarily think trainings are going to be good in the deck, but definitely be interesting to see what the lineup is like going to be good to run for the Digi Eggs. Because I think that's going to be interesting. Are you going to be putting Lucemon in the back? Or what else could be good? Because I know, I mean, like, I don't think Gate would work because Gate steals up all your stuff at the start of the turn. So it's not necessarily going to give you the ability to go super fast. So it'd be interesting to see what is going to be the best egg or Digi-Egg, or if any, to play in this deck. As well as, are you going to need to run like a purple engine, like a trash engine, like a Gabumon engine? There's a lot of questions with this deck. But definitely this right here is a good start to the build. All these cards here, even some of the old ones, have quite a bit of potential. Some of these, like I said, this stuff doesn't really have a lot of potential, but there is a lot of potential in a lot of these cards. I think you're going to max these out at 4 each. I think you're going to max these out potentially at 4 each. Maybe this, or maybe a mixture there. So you already got like eight rookies, eight level 5s. You're probably not going to have any level 4s unless it's like a Raremon or something like that. I don't know. We'll see what we do with this, but you're obviously probably going to have a couple copies of this, couple copies of that. It's, you know, and then a bunch of options. There's so many different options you could put in there. So the deck is already starting to seem like it has some sweet potential, and it has some good cards in it, and we just got to kind of fill out the rest of the deck. And so tell me what you guys are thinking for the deck. What do you think for options? What do you think for potential other level 3s? Are we going to run any level 4s, or is it going to be completely pointless? We'll take a look and see what, you know, the other set has to offer other than this, but this is kind of like the main, you know, kind of skeleton build for the deck. Tell me what you guys think about the How to Build series, as always, where we could go from here. How many Larvae do you think you're going to need to run? You're going to need to run like 4 copies of Larvae? I don't know. We'll see. But the set's coming out soon, and we will probably bring you another one of the How to Build series here. But this was Lucemon. Hope you guys enjoy. And looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.